Oh, hey, so as you see, the seatbelt's on the wrong side, so I'm not driving. I'm the passenger, and I can't sleep. It's gonna be my turn to drive in a couple hours. So, he's over there doing his thing, wearing his cowboy hat.
Gotta get it in, Clem.
But there was a little bit of a funny situation that occurred the other day. Here's what sucks. I had my GoPro. I was doing a recording, but battery died. So I ended up just trashing the whole recording of what was there because it was basically useless. So chances are I'm going to try to do some driving recording here soon and get it up to you guys. But we were all the way in the South Texas area, down by the border, coming up to Alice, Texas. I believe it was Alice, to make a delivery. Well, over on one of the roads that we were on, there was a immigration checkpoint. Well, I don't have any problem with immigration checkpoint, but they asked me if I was a United States citizen. Of course, I said yes, I am. And they said, "Is there anyone else in the vehicle?" And I go, "Oh, yes, there is. There's my co-driver." And he was like, "Well, you need to go wake him up." I'm like, "I'm not going to wake him up. You know, he's on his 10-hour DOT rest break. You know, I'm pretty sure it's a felony. Don't get me wrong, but I think it is a felony if you disturb somebody's 10-hour break. If it's not a felony, it is a criminal offense, though. You cannot do it. Company can't do it. Nobody can disturb your 10-hour break." So the officer was trying to tell me no, he could, and he wanted to stick his head in there. I'm like, I don't recommend it. And you know, if you want to disturb my co-driver's 10-hour break, you know, I might have to call a DOT officer because that's a safety thing. You know, I don't want my student to have to wake up, screw up his sleep to where he can't drive or be safe and have an accident. Okay, it's a safety thing. So I told the DOT officer, no, I'm not going to do that, and I didn't want him climbing into the back because I don't know if my student was dressed. I mean, for all I know, DOT officer could have opened up the curtain and see a big old booty back there. For all I know. But you know what? No, I'm not going to allow somebody to open up the curtain. Male, female, alien back, I don't care what you're doing. That you're home. That's your personal time. Anyway, the DOT officer just was a real, not DOT. Immigration officer was a real, not sure what the word is. Yeah, piece of work. So the supervisor ends up coming over. They got their GoPro. I had mine. Mine was not working, unfortunately. And the supervisor tried to bully me. And I was like, "Look, no. I'm not going to break the law for you. If you have a problem, you call a DOT officer. If you have a problem, you call my company." And he's like, "Well, I might just call your company. You think the company's going to like you doing what you're doing?" I go, "Yeah, how about you call the company and tell them that you want me to break the Federal Motor Safety Carrier regulations." I'm not pronouncing, the acronyms wrong, but, let them know that you want me to break that, regulation. And he's like, trying to get hard on me and saying, "Well, I'm an officer. I know what I'm doing." I'm like, "Well, sir, not in this case, no, you don't." And I was trying to stay very, very politeful, but anyway, long story short, I ended up having to call my company, my dispatchers. My dispatcher basically was like, "Hey, look, you got to do what you got to do," and wasn't really able to help me too drastic there. And this was going on for like 20 some odd minutes, guys. It was crazy. I ended up was getting ready to call a DOT officer to have him come out because I was being detained. I had a reefer and I was hauling Walmart. Alright, Walmart pays a lot of tax money. They don't really like being held up in places, one. Two, I had a reefer. I had a product of food. So I can't just be sitting somewhere in the middle of nowhere because the reefer was already probably below a half tank. I don't remember. It was low. So I can't just be held there like that. So I was going to call a DOT officer and have them come out because the DOT officer can, call my company, do whatever the hell they want to do. but clarify or something without telling me to break the law. So anyway, thankfully, during this whole ordeal, the immigration officers talking loudly, going up and down the truck, ended up waking up my student. I didn't do that. So my student ended up coming out, taking care of what he had to take care of. Took him a little while to get back to sleep. But what really frustrated me was they disturbed my student's 10-hour rest break. I wish I had it on video, because I would have probably contacted Border Patrol, immigration people, and say, hey, look, this officer, supervisor, and the officer that were conducting this investigation, broke. If they did not break, got really close to breaking, safety things are put in place to protect drivers so that they can get the sleep that they need. Like forcing somebody to wake up. That's not cool in my book at all. But thankfully my student was able to get back to sleep after figuring out what was kind of going on. And yeah. So here's the takeaway from this. I've not had to deal with Border Patrol yet when I have a student on the truck. So this was a bit of a new experience for me. But what we're going to do now is that we're going to make sure that both of our driver's license are within reach of whoever's driving, okay? And so if I'm back there asleep and immigration wants to be like, well, who's back there? He can, show them my driver's license. And vice versa. If my student is back there, either, Quentin or whoever's next, and that situation occurs again, I'll have their driver's license, and hopefully maybe that will allow them to let us proceed without disturbing, somebody's 10-hour, break period. So we're gonna see if that works. Anyway, that's basically it for this video. I just really kind of want to talk about that ordeal. Got a few other videos I am going to, sit here and record. Sorry, my videos have been a little late. The internet over where I'm at is absolutely terrible in Temple, where the Walmart DC is. So it is what it is, guys. Sorry. But hang in tight, smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, throw some comments down there, some questions. I do try to answer to everybody. But see y'all in the next one. And yeah, see you on the next one.